Peace, 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 family, peace. You know, it's very interesting. I do a lot of reflecting, like I told you, especially on these lives. So I think this is just like lives are more so just therapy, honestly, just to talk to my brothers, because I see more and more people are relating to my lives and understanding what I'm saying. So I just got off my shift. I worked about 10 hours at work. While I was at work, man, I was sitting back and just thinking and thinking, just analyzing life and seeing how life as a man, you're definitely going to go through highs and lows. You're going to have different seasons in life where you're up and you're going to feel like you're really on top of the world, like you're here making an impact, you're changing the world, you feel happy, you feel joy, you feel peaceful, but then boom, something's going to happen and you're going to feel down. You might feel anxious, you might feel depressed, you might feel sad, you might be battling a sickness. And I think all of us go through that as men. I think that's all part of the process, especially if you're a chosen one and you belong to God's kingdom. God will continually test you. God will continue to see what your character is made out of. Because without having to go through these difficult times, this pain, this suffering, you wouldn't actually understand faith and you wouldn't understand the importance of God. Especially because I know a lot of my brothers are dealing with some type of troubles with women. They're really lonely because of that, and they're isolated because of that. And they feel like they just want to question a lot of different things in their life. And this might be a low point for you. I know it probably is right now, bro. You're just a lot of brothers I hear all the time. I want a woman. I wish I had a woman. No woman finds me attractive. No woman wants to talk to me. All these women play games. All these women manipulate me. And that's a low point. But guys, I remember like I'm gonna tell you some stories real quick. I remember I was talking to a woman and we were dating. Everything felt good in the beginning. Everything was like the honeymoon stage. That's what they call it, right? And you feel good. You're on a high. You get that high because it's a new person. You might be getting it in, so everything's new. And then you start to get comfortable. Maybe 4 months go by, and you start to see that that woman is no longer you bringing you that joy no more. She's not bringing you happiness no more because you got accustomed to her. You got used to her. You got comfortable with her. And a lot of relationships, this is the problem because we go into these relationships and we don't really seek love and happiness within ourselves. We seek love in external sources like a woman. Women do it with men too. You might, so that true happiness you never found from your core, you never found from yourself. So you're seeking that validation and that attention from the woman, and that's not truly bringing you that void. And that's why I say it's important for us to do this work as men and really build ourselves up on the inside and find what makes us happy, find what makes us peaceful, and truly do our inner work, do our shadow work, do our healing work, pray, meditate, fast. Because, like I said, they say it's a thin line between love and hate. And it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're on a high one time with this girl, you feel like, man, I'm the man. And then you're at a low. That's why so many of our brothers decide to take their lives, bro, because they got such a high. They got such a dopamine from being with this woman. She made him feel like a true man. And a lot of men, they need that feeling from a woman. But then when they don't have it no more, they go through this funk, they go through this depression, and they're lost, bro. They're literally lost on the road. They don't see no light, they don't see no joy. And I know that's just one side of the story that I'm hearing. I'm hearing another brothers that, you get money. I can remember there's times where I felt like I was the man, bro. I was getting a little bit of money in my pocket. I was a little bit quote unquote successful, at least in my head. I felt like I was. I was doing a little bit better than most people in my age, most people that I knew. So you could start feeling, all right, I'm on a high right now. I'm on my season of winning. And I remember, you might be able to buy the things that you want. You might want the new shoes. You might want the new car. You might finally get a house. You might see your way out of this tunnel. So you get the things that you want. And then, bro, something can happen. You can get unemployed. You can lose your job. You can get laid off. They might fire you. And next thing you know, you're struggling, wondering how you're going to pay that car payment that you just got, wondering how you're going to pay that mortgage, wondering how you're going to manage your bills, bro. And it's important for us to know this. We got to stay in faith no matter what. During the good times, during the bad times, we got to continue to pray. Too many of us as men only pray when things are going good. We're only thankful, we're only grateful when things are going good. But when those times are going bad, we forget about God. We forget about helping others. We forget about paying it forward. And I think that's important because all men are going to experience this, bro. All men are at the top. Look at a lot of these successful guys, bro. All the guys that you probably idolize, all the guys that you guys wish that you probably were, they went through pain and suffering, bro. It's all, look at the movies. Look at Batman. If you watch Batman, he came from pain. All the superheroes, bro, they come from some type of pain, some type of suffering, and then they make it their way out, and then they battle something. And that's why I dropped that live yesterday. All of us are battling something as men. All of us experience something as men, and it's not always happy times. You're gonna go through the high where you're feeling happy at one moment, you're feeling real like you want to go out there and show people how happy you are. But I know one thing about this world. I know one thing about life is demons will continue to come into your mind and try to get you to feel discouraged, try to get you to feel down. Even when, like, like, bro, you got to understand, there's a lot of people that reached fame. They got quote unquote successful with fame, so they got maybe 1 million followers, maybe they got the number one album, something like that. And the thing about that is when you get fame, when you get well known, now you have to live up to this expectation. You have to live up to this calling, and people see you as that person. You're constantly seeking that high. You're constantly seeking more followers. You're constantly seeking more validation that people love your albums. You're constantly, seeking more people wanting to take pictures with you and stuff like that. And we're all human, bro. That's the thing. We all got our own battles. We're all dealing with some type of insecurities. So these people take their life because they don't truly find happiness within themselves. They haven't truly found God. And that's what the only thing I know, bro, it comes down to that. Because if you're dealing with these times to where your ego is showing you that you become the man, you're that guy, you're that, the man that everybody idolizes, there's going to be tests that come your way. And that test is going to try to humble you. That test is going to try to bring you back down to a level that's going to allow you to rely on God, rely on something that's outside of yourself, because you're going to seek that outside of yourself. But if you truly go within your inside and find peace, no matter what, bro, there's a lot of reasons why when you go to like these Buddhist monks and you seek how they live, they're isolated, they're by themselves. There's no TV, there's no social media. They're in this Montessori, and it's just them with other brothers, and they can be in meditation for maybe 16 hours a day, bro. And most of us can, bro. How many of you guys, let's keep it 100, most of us can't be one with ourselves without phone, without TV, without the hub, without drugs, without McDonald's, without pizza, without hamburgers, without our job. Because some of you guys feel like you have to have a purpose. You couldn't just be truly silent and be still and be one with God. That's why I talk about this a lot. A lot of our brothers go to prison and they can find spiritual awakenings, because there's not, you either go bad or you go good. You know what I'm saying? That's how this world is in general. There's good and there's bad. There's high, there's lows, there's up, there's down, there's happiness and there's sadness, bro. There's light, there's dark, there's duality to everything. And I want us to understand that as men, bro, because I know, like I said, I got so many stories, man. I remember when I was a kid and I was questioning why things had to be the way they were, man. There's just this world. I have so much questions, man. I question everything. I literally am. And that's how I got to the point that I am now, because I wonder why some brothers will be happy when you're winning, and other brothers really hate it, bro. They hate it to the core of their souls. And I never understood why people just couldn't be supportive, why people couldn't be happy for you, why people couldn't be like, man, you made it out, and you're showing me now that there's a way out. But as opposed to that, most people will be like, no, I'm not gonna help him out. I'm not gonna support him. No, I'm not gonna do anything to help him at all, but then they're monitoring spirits, bro. And that's what I realized, bro. At an early age, I realized there's a lot of monitoring spirits. They'll watch all your stuff. They'll watch what you're doing. They'll watch every move. But then low key, they're jealous. Low key, they're envious. Low key, they have hatred, and they're not happy for you. And then as I grew older, I saw how women are the same way. Women won't really truly, a lot of women get mad when you're cocky, when you're confident, when you have this arrogance to yourself, when you feel like, all right, I built myself up as a man, so I deserve to feel this way. And then they hate it, bro. They hate it to the core of the soul because then they don't feel the power. They feel like they need to have the power. So then they'll try to put a dagger in your heart. They'll try to break your heart intentionally to bring you back down to this low that I'm talking about. And it's funny, man. It's just funny how life takes you in different paths and different roads. You might be in a path right now to where you have anxiety. You don't know what the move is. You're at a low point right now. You're really struggling with your mind. You're really struggling on seeing what your purpose is and how to find your purpose. And that's a big one that we need to focus on, especially as men. I don't think we analyze this enough. You might think about it, oh, well, what's my purpose? And then you guys might say it so quickly, well, my purpose is to make money, or my purpose is to do this. But I don't think you really spent enough time to really do that work, bro, because your purpose sometimes is not always going to align with money, bro. Maybe my purpose right now is to speak to you and let you know that that high or that low that you're going through is just gonna pass, bro. This too shall pass. There's a season for war. There's a season for peace. There's a season for happiness. There's a season for sorrow. There's a season for grief. You know, seasons in life, bro. There's a reason why, like in Illinois, you see how the falls change. You get fall, then you get winter, then you get spring, then you get summer. You see how 1 minute you're looking at that tree, right? That tree is so beautiful. It has beautiful, might have yellow flowers, might have the beautiful shining green flowers. And then as soon as September, October hits, those flowers start to die and that tree looks wilted. And sometimes that's us as a man in our spirit, bro. Sometimes you're up, you're really happy, and you feel like, okay, this is my purpose. My purpose is to work this job. I got this money in my pocket. I'm starting to see a little bit of success. And then a season of transition happens, and then you're not having that job no more, bro. You're having to rely on God and praying to God so that your light bill doesn't get cut off, so your lights don't get cut off, so you can have groceries, so you don't run to that bottle and decide to destroy yourself. And that's what I'm saying, bro. It comes down to purpose. If we're aligned with our purpose and we rely on faith and we truly believe, this will allow us to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And we need to have hope. And hope is a big thing. Too many of us are losing this. Too many of us are losing our ways in this matrix, because this matrix does an excellent job to get you to lose your way, bro. It gets you, it really does. You don't know how to vet. Most of us don't know how to vet women properly. Most of us don't know how to really approach women properly. Most of us don't have enough sense of confidence in ourselves to even be in a relationship. And this is an honest God truth too. And I don't think a lot of us as men explore this. We don't do enough of our work for ourselves to truly understand that maybe right now we're not ready to be in a relationship. Maybe God put us on a low point. Have you ever thought about maybe you got your heart broken because God, he wants you to be isolated so you can heal from that trauma, you can heal from that past, so you don't hurt people. That's why I said the saying is hurt people hurt people. You might want to think about that, bro. If you're in a relationship right now and you're not having the best results from that relationship, maybe she's cheating on you, maybe she's hurting you, maybe she's disrespecting you. Maybe it's because you're not meant to be in a relationship right now. Maybe God has lessons for you. Maybe God's trying to teach you something. Maybe God wants you to understand that you still need to heal, man. Most of us don't take time to heal. And you think, I can't be alone. I hate being by myself. This woman's giving me a little bit of validation. She's giving me a little bit of attention. So I need to go after this. I need to feel this because I need to feel something. Because if I don't feel any type of sense of fulfillment from this woman, I'm not peaceful. I'm not happy being by myself. And none of us really think about this, bro. None of us really do this type of analyze these type of situations because they know it's truthful. You know it's truthful. You might not be ready, bro. You might be in a position to where you need to focus on yourself. And I'm a big advocate of focusing on ourselves because none of us really understand the importance of this. I see it too often when I'm speaking to men, I'm talking to men, and then they're telling me their problems. And I'm like, bro, you jumped in that relationship. You were literally with the girl, you broke up with her, and then you jumped in a relationship 2 weeks later. And that girl was doing the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Because that girl is hurt because her dad's not in her life. And these women know, bro, these women know that most men have this savior syndrome. You know, you're gonna come in, you're gonna try to save her, you're gonna try to feel good, you're gonna do things for her. And most of these women are gonna explore that and take advantage of that because that's just in our DNA, I believe, as men to try to help women, you know. So it's really important for us to think about these things in life, bro. Think about the highs, think about the lows, think about when God wants us to come back to Him. Don't lose your way. Don't get discouraged, especially. I know some of my brothers had just started. Shout out to Peter if you're watching this. He just started his YouTube channel. Maybe you guys are thinking about starting a YouTube channel right now. Maybe you guys have been thinking about even starting a podcast, going on social media, getting yourself out there, and you're seeing how you post a video and some people might not relate to the content. Some people don't like it. Some people don't follow you. So then you get discouraged and you give up. But you can't give up if this is a dream, bro. If God put this in your heart, change takes time, man. A lot of this is a slow process. And that's what I'm saying. I have to understand that as well, too. There was times where I wanted to be a millionaire, man. I still had that in my dream. Like, I'm going to be a millionaire. I will be a millionaire. But I used to think, man, that was going to happen when I was 25. And then I turned 30. I'm like, yeah, for sure by 30. And I'm 34 now. It still hasn't happened. And so it's like when I was 25, I would get discouraged about it. I would start thinking, man, what steps do I need to get? And then as soon as I would take a step, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting a little bit of money. Something would happen, you know, and then I would go to court. My baby mama would take me for child support. It would just be something. It would always be another bump in the road. And for you, you might be able to relate, bro. There's another bump in the road. Maybe there's another test that God has for you. And don't question it, bro. Don't question it too much. You can sit back, you can analyze it, you can reflect upon it, and try to see beauty in that pain, bro, because you're going to go through pain. You're going to feel suffering. You're going to question a lot of things in life as a man. You will experience this. Everybody's going to experience this, bro. It's just your outlook. It's just your perspective. It's just what you choose to believe. And that's why a lot of us get lost in the sauce. A lot of us lose our mind because we believe too much in those negative thoughts. We believe in too much. Oh, you know, I'm down right now. I'm depressed right now. I'm a loser. I don't want to live no more. It's easy to just see the negative things. It's easy to see that I'm not going to win. And you don't accept the truth, bro. Part of this is to accept the truth. The truth is a lot of this is not going to be easy. A lot of this sucks, bro. It's facts. I keep it 100 with all you guys. A lot of this sucks. A lot of this is not fun, bro. Going to work, when you're working, you know that if you're working a 9 to 5 and that's not what your true passion is, then you might have a supervisor, you might have a manager, and he's telling you have to do things specifically how he wants to do things, and you know that's not how you want to operate. It goes against your nature as a man, because that's why I think a lot of us should eventually slowly work on our passions so that we can feel fulfilled. Because if you're going to work, working for a boss, doing the things that he's telling you to do, and then you're coming home and you're not taking time for yourself, you haven't focused on yourself, and then this girl's taking more things from you, maybe your wife's taking more things from you, and then your kids want more things from you, bro, you never took time to make proper decisions so that you can have a happy lifestyle. You're not saying, okay, maybe you like to make beats, maybe you like to, sing, maybe you want to be a rap artist, but you're not taking those times to do that because you're so caught up in this matrix. So it's discouraging you. It's making you lose faith. Like I said, you might be trying to create content and you're not really having the time. It's hard for you to manage that because you're spending so much time at work. You're not focusing on yourself, bro. You got to take your power back. You got to do things that you don't want to do that will allow you to align with the purpose that God brought you, the vision that God brought for you. It's extremely important for you to understand that, man. It's an easy thing to just go get lost and say, I'm gonna go to work. Then you get in this relationship with this girl, you have babies with her, and then you're just in a grind. And that's why a lot of us as men, we lose our dreams. We don't have any dreams anymore because of this. And that's gonna put you at a low point because you're not gonna feel purposeful. you're not going to feel like this is what God really brought you here to do, man. So you need to think about these things. We all need to explore these things. Like I said, I'm at work doing this, bro. I'm over there sitting thinking like, man, it's interesting how this society will get you away from God, get you to turn away from God. It gets you to question why things have to be the way they are, especially with inflation right now. You know, inflation is sky high for a lot of us. And so many people, I see people, especially bums, that are asking for money. They'll come up to me and ask for money. And then I just wonder why sometimes how our society has to get. Now, a lot of people will just quickly blame capitalism and, oh, well, they're a bum for a reason. But if you have compassion, if you have empathy in your heart, bro, you'll understand that at the end of the day, that's a person too. And he might have used drugs. He might made some bad decisions, or she might have made some bad decisions. She might be out on drugs. But still, bro, that's the highs and lows I'm talking about. There's stories that we hear where people are bums and then somebody helps them out and then they become a millionaire. Have you ever seen that movie, The Pursuit of Happiness, with Will Smith? That was a prime example there, bro, of when he was, he was about to lose it, and then he got put on with his job, and then he was able to really make money. And it's just funny, man, how life is. You never know, that bum that we're on the corner might be an angel. Maybe he's an angel from God here to test you. That's the way I see it, bro, sometimes, because everybody's a human, everybody's a person, and humanity in general should be bigger than just me. It should be bigger than just you. And that person may be at a low point. He may be really sad. And one thing that I know about perspective is you never really know what people went through in their life. You might see them and you walk up to him, right? He looks like a loser. He looks like a bum. He looks like you like, man, I'm not gonna talk to him. Look at him. But then if you really had a conversation with him and you really talked to him, you might truly find out, bro, that he had a painful time. Something in his time, maybe he was abused, maybe he was hurt, maybe his dad died when he was 12, maybe his mom died when he was 12, maybe he was bullied. There's a story why he got behind those drugs, why he wanted to do this, why he just lost his way. There's always stories in people's life, and most of us just bypass that because we're selfish, we're narcissistic, we only care about ourselves, and we don't care about others. And this is just facts, bro. This is, sometimes people don't like to hear this, but there's truth, man. You never know nobody's story. You don't really truly know nobody's story. You don't know what they're you might see that person, like I said, he might be your favorite rap artist. He might be your favorite country artist. He might be your favorite singers, your favorite, basketball player. But you don't know what he had to go through to get to that. You don't know the low point that he had to go through to get to that, bro. Yeah, he's high right now. Maybe he's in the NBA. Maybe he's Steph Curry. Maybe he's LeBron. Maybe he was Michael Jordan, but you don't know truly, or maybe you do because you study him. But if you do, he went through that low point. He went through a difficult time. He experienced something that wasn't always happy, but he put in the work. And that's what I ask you right now. If you're watching this video, are you putting in the work? Are you grinding? If you're at a low point right now and you're sad, you're hopeless, you're depressed, are you grinding? Are you working? Or are you just easy blaming society? Are you easily just blaming your parents? Are you blaming that girl? Are you blaming, all this matrix? Are you actually grinding, bro? Are you putting in the work? Are you trying to get better? Are you trying to be successful? Are you writing your goals down? Are you elevating your mind? Are you opening up your heart? Are you talking to God? Are you praying? Are you meditating? Are you going to the gym? Are you trying to eat better? These are the things that I ask you, bro. I challenge us to get better as a community. I challenge all of us to do better. I challenge us to use our mind properly and analyze our thoughts and really reflect upon our lifestyles so that we can grow and evolve as men and become better for the next generations. So, guys, highs and lows will happen in life. Thanks for tapping in. Until next time, peace.